We are the I.S.U.P.K. out of 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yahanna. I am priest and officer Bariat. I will be holding down the class for Officer Dalawan until he gets here tonight. So tonight we are going to go into an important topic at this time. Basically, as you know, the time that we're living in is basically the last days. You're seeing all these signs at the times. All the things that the Lord talk about in the book of Revelations, you're seeing it come to pass. So anybody that would be viewing this video at this time and not in the I.S.U.P.K. under Commanding General Yahanna, you may be on the block at this time, probably watching it from your phone. You may be trapped in the Christian church or trapped in Islam. You need to ask yourself a question: what is the requirements for you to get into the kingdom of heaven? Because all of these false doctrines or denominations or idleness that we people is be caught up into doesn't have a structure or a criteria. It's just a big deception. So now is the time for us as a people to come back to the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. And we're going to get into tonight's topic, which is saying you care about the Most High requires an action. So we're going to start off with the first scripture tonight. Give me the book of Psalms 94 and 16. So it's important to understand that walking after the Most High would require action of you, and more than just talk, because there are a lot of vain and useless talkers in Israel. Book of Psalms chapter 94 and verse 16. Who will raise up me from against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? All right, give me that again. The book of Psalms chapter 94 and verse 16. Who will rise? Who will rise up for me against evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against workers of iniquity? Right. So the Lord asking you a question, right? From time to time on this road of life, you would come in contact with brothers or sisters from the I.S.U.P.K. They will tell you who we are as a people, that we are the children of Israel. The lost 12 tribes are the children of Israel. You would hear that you had to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. You would hear that you had to begin making changes within your life. But a lot of us would meet brothers and sisters in the I.S.U.P.K. and be asking a lot of questions and asking questions and asking questions. Every minute of the day, you're meeting them and asking questions. But for you to make that simple step, you understand, is a problem to make that step. So here the Lord asking you a question. You understand? Who will fight for him against evildoers? Who will stand up for him against the workers of iniquity? You understand? So that question now falls in your lap. You understand what you're going to do for the Lord? You understand? More than meet a brother and sister on the road and always be asking them questions. You understand? Over and over every day, like you're in a limbo. You understand? You're doing the same thing over and over. But to make that step forward and to sacrifice your life, to sacrifice your time. After your time, you could be hugging up a woman or tracking a woman. You understand? To sacrifice that time to do something for the Lord. You understand? Who will fight for me against the workers of iniquity? Give me John 10:24 to 29. So this is the question I had to ask yourself. Because asking a brother or sister that you meet that getting them life right, you understand? And you not taking that step to get your life right or to do anything for the Lord at all, you understand? And just asking repetitive questions over and over will not get you into the kingdom of heaven. And that is just being real. You understand? It will not get you into the kingdom of heaven. Why not, instead of asking them a question wherever you see them, why don't come to class and ask the questions in class? You understand? Where the teachers and the priests could actually give you that help, answer your questions and give you the help that you need to come off of whatever you may be on at this time and to start to shape you in the right direction.
Book of John, chapter 10 and verse 24. Then came the Jews round about him and said unto him, How long dost thou make us to doubt?
Go ahead.
If thou be the Christ, tell us plainly.
Right. So there was questioning him about if he is Christ or not. Go ahead.
Yahushua answered them, I told you, and ye believe not. The works that I do in my Father's name, they bear witness of me.
Right. Go ahead.
But ye believe not.
Right.
Because ye are not of my sheep.
Right. You understand? So all these brothers and sisters, all the time always showing you understand? The works of the Lord in this time, showing you that they understand this book. You understand? And not only could just use this book to rake out every cent out of your pocket. You understand? Using all kind of sleight of hands. You understand? To rake out every cent of your pocket. They're showing you that I do have a question that a priest and officer in the I.S.U.P.K, you can ask him that he will not answer for you or get the answer for you. You understand? And still you will doubt them. You understand? Go ahead.
As I said unto you, verse 27, my sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me.
Right. You understand? My sheep know my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. You understand? Following is an action. You understand? You hear the word, you want to know where this word come from. You understand? Because in your spirit, you know that this word is real. You want to know where this word come from. And you start to follow after this word until you find the source of where this word coming from. It requires you to get up off of your butt. If you're sitting down on the block, you understand, and find where the source of this word coming from. It requires you to get up out of the Christian church, you understand, and the lies and the preaching for money like hungry dogs, you understand, and follow where the source of this word coming from. It requires you to get up out of the Muslim mosque and stop going around a dumb rock, a dumb, foolish rock, you understand, and follow to see where the source of this word coming from. My sheep know my voice, and they follow me, action, and I know them. Go ahead.
Verse 28, and I gave unto them eternal life.
Right. You understand? So at the end of the day, that is the kingdom of heaven to come back on earth. You understand? And for us to be in eternal favor of the Lord for sacrificing our life. Sacrificing time where we could have been probably on a boat cruise or spending with the children. You understand? To come here and try and wake up with brothers and sisters in these last days.
Because I don't think it had nothing else that somebody could be seeking to gain in this world again. You're seeing all the signs, you're seeing the plagues. You understand? Just when the thing that were handled on the coronavirus, 2 other strains pop up from it. You understand? We're spreading faster. You're seeing the white man kingdom falling apart. You don't start to see the cracks in it already. They start to fight amongst themselves. If now is not the right time for you to make that step forward, you understand, to put an action and follow, and not just sit down and be asking the same questions over and over again. You understand? When you could come into the house of the Lord, ask them questions, get assessed, see what flaws you have, and get the necessary help to start turning things around. Now is the time to do that, because it has nothing out in the world anymore. Give me Matthew 8, 21 to 22.
Book of Matthew, chapter 8, and verse 21. And another of his disciples said unto him, Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father.
Go ahead.
But Yahushua said unto him, Follow me, and let the dead bury their dead.
Right, you understand? So, in this walk, again, another action word, you understand? You say, look, I'm a father to bury my father just died. And Christ, who's Yahushua in Hebrew, let him know, you understand? Pick up your cross and follow me, and let the dead bury the dead. At the end of the day, we always going to have things that we have to do. And if you focus on the things that you have to do, then you will never come into class. You will never start to work on your smoking addiction. You will never start to work on the things that you have to work on to make yourself acceptable for when Christ comes in the second time again. You will always have an excuse, you understand? And the level of sacrifice the men in the I.S.U.P.K does make it unbelievable. I remember when I was a trooper and added not too long coming into the I.S.U.P.K. It had a captain from Jamaica, I think it's Captain I.S.U.P.K, if I could remember properly. Right? His father came and died, and he did not leave his post and about seeing about the men underneath him. He basically sent I.S.U.P.K Trinidad and Tobago to represent him and stay on the post, seeing about the men and them underneath him, putting the men and them underneath him problems above his own, you understand, which was serious at that time. You would say that is the father who gave him life. That is the person who seed he come from, you understand? And he put aside that to see about the problems of the men underneath him, you understand? And basically let the dead bury the dead, you understand? He lived the scripture that we read in here, you understand? He actually applied the book. And back then, that was something that, you know, I looked at as amazing, you understand? And now, being a priest and officer in the I.S.U.P.K, you see men making that sacrifice every day. You understand? So again, serving the Lord requires an action. Sometimes you have to leave what might be perceived as being important and follow after the Lord. Give me Matthew 18. Matthew 4, sorry, 18 to 22. Matthew 4, 18 to 22.
The book of Matthew, chapter 4 and verse 18. And Yahushua, walking by the Sea of Galilee, saw two brethren, Simon, called Peter, and Andrew, his brother, casting a net into the sea, for they were fishers of men. And he said unto them, Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men.
Right, pause right there. So again, Yahushua, who the world knows as Jesus Christ, give them an instruction. These fishermen and them that he saw by the seashore. Follow me. Go ahead.
Verse 20. And straightway left their nets and followed him.
Right, straight away, they left what they was doing, which was the livelihood, and followed after Christ. You understand? Quick action, one time. You understand? They didn't stop and ask him a set of questions. Why should we follow you? You didn't see we doing with livelihood and keep a long conversation. Straight away, action. You understand? They heard the words and they follow it. Go ahead.
Verse 21. And going on from thence, he saw another two brethren, James, the son of Zebedee, and John, his brother, in a ship with Zebedee, their father, mending their nets. And he called them, and they immediately left the ship and their father and followed him.
Right. Give me verse 22 again.
The book of Matthew, chapter 4 and verse 22. And they immediately left the ship and their father and followed him.
Right. Immediately, they left the ship and the father and followed him. You understand? And it's the same thing you have to do when you hear this word. Though you hear this word in 2021 and you're just asking questions, you hear it again in 2022 and you're just asking questions. You hear it again in 2023, you're still on the block asking questions. You hear it in 2024 and you're just continuing so until the Lord come back and meet you still in the same position that you was in before. It requires an action. You have to get up and follow after the word and make the necessary adjustments. Not just sit down asking questions again, and you could never make it one day into class. Sometimes where you're living and all is in close proximity to the school, but you could find yourself all over the country and different things that you want to do all over, but to find yourself in class is a problem. You understand? It's like somebody put chains and shackles on your hands and feet, so you can't come to class. It requires an action. Give me Matthew 10, 35, and you're going down to 39. Matthew 10 and 35.
Book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 35. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And the man's foe shall be they of his own household.
Right, you understand? So when you want to follow this word, just understand that the people in your household are against you. Because either they're going to be in Christianity, they're going to be in Islam, they're going to be people on the block, vain talkers on the block, and they're going to be against you. You understand? Because now they're going to see you living a different life. And that's going to bring enmity between you and them. You have a shy line, you know that plain. Right? So with that, we pass the class on to priest and officer, Gala 1.
Thank Christ. All right. So the tribe of Asher, we went and we feed the tribe of Asher yesterday down in Ikapos.
Okay.
Most thank Christ for that. All right. So somebody give me somebody go and the 49th chapter in Genesis. So, yeah. So we went on talk about the 12 tribes tonight. I'll break down the 12 tribes.
Yeah.
So we start at Genesis 49 and 16. Right.
The book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 16. Dan shall judge his people as one of the tribes of Israel.
All right, that is it, right?
All
right. So Dan shall judge his people as one of the tribes of Israel. Go ahead and see it. Go ahead, verse 17.
Book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 17. Dan shall be a serpent by the way, adder in the path that bited the horse heel, so that his rider shall fall backward.
Alright, so Barak give me Deuteronomy chapter 3, verse 13. Alright, so Dan he is within the 12 tribes, specifically Manasseh. Right, I believe Manasseh is the tribe that they said. Dan started having how would I say it, more females and less males. So he became a family absorbed into Manasseh and not considered a tribe. Alright. So when you have a Bible, I think we'll go ahead and read it.
The book of Deuteronomy 3 and verse 13. And the rest of Gilead and of Bashan, being the kingdom of Og, gave I unto the half tribe of Manasseh, all the region of Agad, with all Bashan, which was called the land of giants.
Alright, so verse 17, I'm soft. Just hold that, Barrett.
The book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 17. Dan shall be a serpent by the way, an adder in the path, that bite the horse heels, so that his rider shall fall backward.
Right? So Dan's a serpent anyway, you know, you can't see it. You can't see the serpent. You know, when they come, you just jump out and bite you. You know, because they can't see him, but he is there. Right? You can't see him, but he is there. Right? So let's see, read over that again and by that. Deuteronomy 3:13.
The book of Deuteronomy 3 and verse 13. And the rest of Gilead and all Bashan, being the kingdom of, gave I unto the half tribe of Manasseh, all the region of Argob, with all Bashan, which was called the land of giants.
Right. Right. So this is what I was talking about with the Manasseh was absorbed. So Dan is within the 12 tribes, specifically again Manasseh. Right. As I said, you know, Dan started having more females and less males, so he became absorbed. Right. So he became absorbed into Manasseh. Right, and he was not considered a tribe. All right, but it has something. I think I'm missing out something here. All right, but this was just to show how Manasseh was in Bashan. Right, I believe it has something I'm missing out. Right, but that just to show how it was absorbed, right, into Manasseh. Right. Let me see now. Give me this is the next one. This is the one with Asher. The one with Asher in Genesis 49 and 20. Yeah, 49 and 20 Genesis.
The book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 20. Out of Asher his bread shall be fat, and he shall yield royal dainties.
Right, and he shall yield royal dainties. So Asher, you know, the tribe we went down in the caucus yesterday, you know, they shall yield royal dainties. You know, if you go down, if you look at Venezuela right now, they're rich with gold, oil. You understand? They're rich. Their resources and, you know, everything. They shall yield royal dainties. Yeah, that's all good.
So I guess like the piece of furniture,
Yeah. To John 24.
Read.
Yeah, go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 33 and verse 24. And of Asher he said, let Asher be blessed with children. Let him be acceptable to his brethren. And let him dip his foot in oil.
Right, so let Asher be blessed with children. So, you know, that is why I see they just have it easy so to make children.
Okay.
You understand? You see a ton of children just playing up and down. You know, it's easy for Asher to have kids. That the Lord bless them with. And let his foot dip in oil. Right now, Venezuela is in #1. Right now, in the oil industry, but again, because the sanctions Trump put on Venezuela, nobody can really go there and do any trade there. Go ahead, so.
Yes, so and you know, as they're bringing out that, the precept with the officer now bring out there and they make it mention of Asher.
Yeah.
You know, and the part with the children, you know, like yesterday,
yeah.
food drive, you know, the must say again to that Commander General Yahanna, with the righteous leadership of yourself, leading the Trinidad camp, going down to our brothers and sisters, seeing the example, and they seeing that, the curses are real, just as the officer now bring out all these children, and you see, and you know that these Asherites, they are from the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel.
Yeah, most in Christ. Right? Most in Christ, that is itself. Alright. See, the next one. Give me one Benjamin. I don't know that one. Benjamin.
The book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 27. Benjamin, raven as a wolf, and in the morning he shall devour the prey, and at night he shall divide the spoil.
Alright, so a raven like a wolf, so it's like, he's attacked. He has attacked, he's like a wolf that's hunting in the night. But this wolf, it ain't go hunt in the night. This wolf will be hunting in the day to feed his family. Right? That is why they say here in the Caribbean, here with many Benjamites, we just like to fly out and go and work hard. Go and if it's to pick apples or do make money to work hard in the daytime to come back and feed the family. So it's like this wolf. While wolf just hunt in the night, we wolves just hunt in the day to go out and feed the family. That is what it's talking about. Alright, give me the next piece of it. I think it's Deuteronomy 33 and 12. Yeah, good. Yeah.
Deuteronomy chapter 33 and verse 12. And of Benjamin, he said, the beloved of God shall dwell in safety by him, and the Lord shall cover him all the day long, and he shall dwell between his shoulders.
Anybody know what they're talking about there? Anybody? Yeah, go ahead. That's all?
Yeah, the tribe of Benjamin. Us in the Caribbean here, like you're hearing our songs and how we talk, everything is the most high always on our mind. He shall dwell between the shoulders. You know that? Because you're always thinking upon the ways of the most high. Always singing the theme songs, to be that person that close steps. Because as the youngest son, we always have that kind of process, and that is the prophecy that will happen to us. That is why we like that today.
Alright, so because we always thinking about him. Alright, so okay, so in other words, when you say between your shoulder, just talking about your head, right? So as saying, we always thinking about him. Right, I would say Banyamin means son of the right. We always thinking about the Lord. The Lord is always thinking about us, the son of the right, Benjamin. Right? So yeah, that was good Tazo. Alright, so yeah, give me the which one again, buddy? Judah, give me one of Judah. It's 49 and 12. Yeah, go ahead.
And the book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 9. Judah, verse 8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. Thy father's children bow down before thee. Verse 9. Judah is a lion's whelp from the prey. My son, thou art gone up and stooped down. He crouched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up?
That was verse 8 start from this one. Alright. So everybody prays Judah and follows them, and also feels their pain too as well, right? That is in verse 8. Right? So everybody just follow Judah, Judah just turn their head, their cap round back to front. Everybody wanna do that. Judah started a rap. Everybody wants to rap. People don't want to rap. Right? So the other 11 tribes go follow them. His brethren go praise him. We as the other 11 tribes, everybody go follow Judah. Right?
So I guess you only have one of the children, the children, you do that?
Yeah, just yeah. Alright, so yeah, we have idea so that.
Starting from
Yeah.
the book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise.
Right, who your brethren shall praise again. We just follow everything Judah does do. Today, the Judah is the so-called Negroes in America. Everybody else follow the so-called Negroes in America. All right, go ahead.
Thy hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies.
All right. Also, too, we just feel their pain too. All right. Also, too, we just feel Judah's pain too. That's why you see when what going on right now, white people killing out them in the states, the so-called Negroes. You know, we feeling their pain too. We feeling what they're going through. All is it, right? Because Judah is the head. Right? Again, now Judah also works closely with his enemies. Right? That is why the white man can get close to his neck. Right? Can get close to his neck at will. Right? Because Judah does work close with his enemy, who's the so-called white man. Right? And Israel will take a knee for Judah. Because how you see, just like how you see on them movies, right? Israel's going to take a knee for Judah. Verse 9.
Verse 9. Judah is a lion's whelp from the prey. Salakia. The book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 9. Judah is a lion's whelp.
Right? So Judah is a lion's whelp, right? So talk about a young lion. And a lion is known for what? Dominating. Now a lion is known for dominating. And full of energy, killing everything. That is what a young lion is known for. Right? So a young lion will go down to his enemies, ready to fight. He's going down to the enemies, a young lion. If you want to say marching, not really marching, but he's going down, storming down by his enemies, he's ready to fight. Right? You bring your speaker, right?
Yes,
I think you might. Right. So now when it's Now, when it's time to separate from this so-called white, read it over again for 9.
The book of Genesis chapter 49 and verse 9. Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up.
Right. So now this young lion now full of energy, ready to go down and fight, ready to go down and kill, ready to storm and be strong. Understand? When that happen now, and it's time for you to separate, here comes Martin Luther King, you know, talking about blacks and whites shall come together, you know, and we shall overcome. You know, don't fight the enemies. They should love the enemies. You understand? So this young man are ready to fight. You know, ready to fight war, ready to go down. Martin Luther King come to stop all of that. You understand? Who shall rouse him up? Right? Who shall get him to go down to the prey? Is a question. Right? Who shall rouse him up? Who shall make him go down to that prey? You understand? Well, the I.S.U.P.K is going to raise him up. Not Martin Luther King, because you know he ready. He's a young man. He ready to fight. When people like Martin Luther King, Jesse Jackson, and all of them pass a coffee, or them humbling him down. So now is the question: say, who shall rouse him up? And who will make him a guys? He pray they go and attack. Well, the I.S.U.P.K, that what we been doing since 1969. You know, rising him up. This young man telling me, guys, they pray, go down and attack, forget all them Christian preachers, forget all them Muslim preachers. Them are teaching the right thing. And I say, yeah, go ahead.
He stooped down, he crouched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? Verse 10. The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh comes, and unto him shall the gathering of the people be.
Right, so the scepter is what? The scepter is like a throne. It shall not depart from him. Right, and where you saying the next one? After the scepter, the lawgiver. Where's the lawgiver?
Lawgiver.
Yeah, go ahead.
A priest, a priest and prophet, they teach.
Yeah, but something else I'm looking for. What that person has.
Right.
The person that teach you. Yeah, go ahead.
So the person that would establish righteousness and somebody who can enforce the law, basically, a man with authority. So a lawgiver or somebody with authority for the truth, a man that will enforce the truth.
That is it. That is it. So the lawgiver is somebody with power and authority.
Okay.
Right? Shiloh is the what? The peaceable one, right? Or Christ. That's talking about. Right? Gathering of the people, what is that? Read it over again, I'm sorry for young and I'm 10.
The book of Genesis chapter 49 and verse 10. The scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh comes, and unto him shall the gathering of the people be.
Right, where's the gathering of the people? Where is that?
Yes, sir.
Alright.
That is what the I.S.U.P.K will be doing today, gathering the lost 12 tribes of Israel all across the world. So it's speaking about that time when Judah would basically start off that push.
Right. That is itself here. The gathering of the people is when Christ will bring back the 12 tribes of Israel. As I just said, you know, we going out there, we feeding Asha, you know, we helping the whole 12 tribes of the nation, we help Right? That what Christ going to do, Shiloh. Bring back everybody together. Right? What's the next one? Ruben. Let's see. Yeah, give me Ruben. 49 and 3. Genesis 49 verse 3.
The book of Genesis 49 and verse 3. Reuben, thou art my firstborn, my might, and the beginning of my strength, the excellency of dignity, and the excellency of power.
Right, so Reuben, there's 49 and 3, right? Right, so Reuben have kept his strength, right? His dignity. So, you know, Reuben, he knew that the white man is the devil. Who is Reuben today? Reuben is who? What tribe is that?
Yes, the Seminole Indians.
The Seminole Indians, right? That is Reuben today. So Reuben have kept his strength, his dignity. He knew the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks about, right? And Reuben lost his rights after the firstborn, because, you know, he went with his father's wife, right? So he ended up losing his rights of the firstborn because of that, right? So when he lost his inheritance, and now because of that, Judah has his inheritance because of that, right? We use no number.
Finish verse 3.
We're supposed to go now, verse 5.
Verse 5. The book of Genesis 49 and verse 5. Simeon and Levi are brethren. Instruments of cruelty are in their habitations.
Verse 5, right. Read it over again.
The book of Genesis 49 and verse 5. Simeon and Levi are brethren. Instruments of cruelty are in their habitations.
The instruments of cruelty, what is that? The instruments of cruelty. We're talking about it.
Basically, so like here, basically is things that would be in the place I live in, like the Haitians are famous for voodoo.
Voodoo and obia, you know.
Yeah.
All right, instruments of cruelty. All right, so you know how they treat with each other, you know, treating each other bad, all kind of evilness. With a machete, using something evil. Right, instruments of cruelty. So when it says Simeon and Levi shall dwell as brethren, what do you mean? Yeah, I'm Tazo.
Let's prophesy that they live on the same island together. Right, as brothers. Like our brothers live together, basically they live on the same island, which the island is Hispaniola. Haiti on one side, the so-called Haitians on one side, tribe of Levi, lawyer, and the Dominicans, so-called Dominicans today, and the next side of the island.
Right, so the Simeons, Dominicans, and Levi Haitians, they live on the same island right now. Right, so you go ahead, Barrett. Verse 6.
Okay, verse 6. O my soul, come not thou into their secret, unto their assembly.
Right, so where's that? Where's their secret?
Go
Go ahead.
Right, so The things that they do behind closed doors, the Santeria and the Haitian and the Voodoo, the practices they have with the chemicals and all of that, don't get into that secret thing that they do behind closed doors, all the wickedness that they plan. Plotters and execute with one another, don't get into the secret, don't get into that business, that bad business.
Yeah, don't get into going into the cemetery late in the night, cutting off some goat neck, and putting up on one foot. Right, so the secret is there Obi and Voodoo.
Okay.
Nice. That's what I'm speaking about it. Yeah, continue on, Barrett.
Unto their assembly, my honor, be not thou unknitted, for in their anger they slew a man, and in their self-will they digged down a wall.
Right? In their self-will, they dig down a wall. Okay, so now Jacob wanted to make a deal because Israel was small at that time. Right? Israel was small at that time, so Jacob wanted to make a deal. Right? Because Israel was so small, they were surrounded by the other nation. Right? And they couldn't have been they were so small they could have been wiped out. That's how small they were. They were surrounded by the other nations. They were so small they could have been wiped out. So Simeon and Levi, wanted to kill the people, the Africans, and them for what they did to their sister. Right? And so they did. I believe they had killed all the Africans and them or something, so they had killed them, Simeon and Levi. Right? And Jacob now, he said, because of this, he said, in your anger, I will take down a wall. Meaning what? You go, what he mean by that? Right? There was a small nation, they were surrounded by all the nations. They could have just been wiped out easy because they was small. But Simeon and Levi wanted to kill, what was the sister name again? Diana. Right? Diana got raped, I believe it was, right? And Simeon and Levi wanted to kill them, the Africans and them for them. Right? And they did kill them out. So Jacob saying, hey, that anger, or I will dig down a wall. Right? What do you mean when he was saying that? That anger, will dig it down a wall. I believe that says. What do you mean by that? Yeah, I'm talking about.
Right, so in the anger and the self-will, they dig down a wall between the treaty that Jacob had with the Africans and them as for protection because they wasn't able to defend themselves in a big number because of how small they was at that time. The treaty they put up, they went and they self-will and take vengeance out as opposed to return the instruction from Jacob, and that destroyed the treaty there that could have put them in harm danger, could have get them wiped out.
So Sam, say it over again, man. Yeah?
So like I said, right? So in the wall that they dig down, Simeon and Levi and the self-will would have been the treaty that Jacob would have had with the Africans and them to not basically wipe them out. That's a cross path there for them. But because they do that, and they wasn't as large enough to really defend as a nation. The nation was too small at that time. Right? That would have put them in harm's way to get them wiped out, to get us wiped out.
Right, yes, that is true, yeah. So okay. So because they break down that treaty that Jacob had for them, what they did right there? What was that they did right there?
Like I said, that was self-will. That was the self-will that he talking about.
Right, yeah, but I confirm I would. Okay. Jacob say, all right, I'll do this because I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so the own will.
Right. Yeah, go ahead, Tazo.
Like I said, the program, sir.
Book rank is more closer to it. I mean, I could take that. I could take that. Right. So, in other words, they disobeyed the man in charge. Right. The man in charge was Jacob. He told them not to do something. You know, in the spirit, it was right for doing that, for taking revenge on what they did to his sister. Right. But the man in charge said, hey, do this X, Y, and Z. As they follow do this, you understand? But you know, because I was so angry, they take down a wall, they disobey the man in charge, and everything could just fall apart because they disobeyed Jacob, the man in charge. Right? What was that now? It was 7.
So,
Yeah.
when I come back to that same part, right, when, so like just to show people sometimes with their own anger and things like so, I say it could just say it's okay to be angry, but like it's how you go about with your anger, right? So sometimes again, you know, some people want to do like it's like when you watch some crimes and things, you know, some people get so angry, you know, that they might go and kill their brother, or they might go and harm somebody or destruction to somebody property, and then when they really the next day, you know, when they really calm and realize, hey, wait now. But I really went down to this and it didn't call for it. So some people on God they say like when they're checking you know the read job, they're not thinking.
Yeah, so you know the anger that they have, they might just sin. They might sin, you know. As I just said, it's right to be angry. You know, the scripture says a wise man they are mad. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, but some people don't know how to control it. That'll make them sin. Some people don't know how to gamble. It can make them sin. Because gambling is not, but some people don't know how to do it, they can make them sin. Alright? So yeah, we was now with 7.
Verse 7. Cursed be their anger, for it was fierce, and their wrath, for it was cruel. I will divide them in Jacob and scatter them in Israel.
Right? Cursed be their anger, right? For it was fierce, and their wrath, for it was cruel. I will divide them in Jacob, scatter them in Israel, right? So basically what he's talking about is they're not coming together, right? This Simeon and Levi, they had an intense hatred, right? Now I see today Simeon and Levi, they had this hatred for each other, that they can't come together, right? On that same island, right? I mean, it started from since back then with the Spaniards. You know, they really perpetuated it, right, with the Spaniards and them. But right now, as you can see, they can't come together. Simeon and Levi, and they're living on the same island, right? Just because what they do, cursed being their anger, for it was fierce, right? Go ahead. See it?
Verse 8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thy enemies.
Just hold on. We are read that.
Yeah,
Ready? Okay, you're right. So give me Deuteronomy 33 and 8.
The book of Deuteronomy 33 and verse 8. And of Levi he said, let thy Tumin and thy Urim be with thy Holy One, whom thou didst prove at Massa, and with whom thou didst strive at the waters of Meribah.
Right. So we will. Where's the Thummim and the Urim? What is that?
That he dies.
Right. So that is dice. Right. That is the dice. Right. So the priests and them, right? The priests and them would carry these dice so that they could make decisions on that. It is Israel's customs, right? Or that time it was Israel's customs to make decisions on casting nuts or dice. Sometimes they used to draw straws. Right? Have you guys in the Bible? They used to draw straws. They used to make decisions on that. Right? Okay. Verse 9. Am I here? Verse 9?
Verse 9. Who said unto his father and to his mother, I have not seen him, neither did he acknowledge his brethren, nor knew his own children, for they have observed thy word and kept thy covenant.
Right. Nor knew his own children, right? For they have observed thy word, keep thy covenant, right? So he have not seen his kids, right? Because he's holy to the Lord and to the service, right? So he didn't see his kids because he's holy to the Lord and to his service, right? That he might deploy to Ephraim or Manasseh and doing the Lord's service there, right? We read it again, Amber.
The book of Deuteronomy 33 and verse 9. Who said unto his father and to his mother, I have not seen him, neither he acknowledged his brethren, nor knew his own children, for they have observed thy word and kept thy covenant.
Right, so yeah, just basically speaking about that, he ain't seen his children, or his own brethren, Ephraim, Judah, because the work that he doing he's holy unto the Lord and to his service. Right, so he ain't getting time to see his brethren and his own children. Right, okay. Go ahead.
Verse 10. They shall teach Jacob thy judgments, and Israel thy law. They shall put incense before thee, and whole burnt sacrifice upon thine altar.
Right, so he's doing the work of the Most High here. They shall teach Jacob thy judgments, right, and Israel the law. Right, he's talking about the law, and they shall put the incense before thee, the burn sacrifice upon the altar. Right, he's just talking about doing the work of the Most High. Right, and the laws. Right. This is the next one here. Right, all I can remember the one where Because the tribe of Joseph not here, right? But it has a scripture in Genesis, I believe, where Jacob had say is not he took, I think it was Ephraim Manasseh or something in Genesis. Right? Because the tribe of Joseph not here again, but Joseph two children. I believe it was Ephraim and Manasseh. I believe it was. We have a part in I believe his Genesis was talking about it.
So that is, I believe in Acts 48 and it starts at 5.
Genesis 48
Genesis
and 5.
48.
Like I said,
Yeah, I believe that is it. Yeah, yeah, that's all.
if I'm mistaken, the verse you're looking for is verse 13, sir.
In where? That?
That's in verse 48, chapter 48, sir. From now to 14, where you search the hand, right? We're talking about the hand. You put the blessing on Ephraim and into the Manasseh.
Yeah, it was now 13 was Joseph. Just right, and Jacob. Yeah, I believe it's 5.
48 and 3 to 5.
Yeah, I believe it's 5. 5 was when Jacob was actually accepting them. 13 was Joseph was talking. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
When they came into the land of Canaan, the Joseph that set them up.
Alright, so yeah. So yeah, go and read down verse 5 from here. Read down verse 5. Alright.
Yes, I can verse 1, 40 and he took time, I believe, 11 Jacob fell sick and Joseph take 2 sons. SHALAM come down.
Yes, we're good. Good.
The book of Genesis, chapter 48 and verse 1. And it came to pass after these things that he told Joseph, Behold, thy father is sick. And he took with him his 2 sons, Manasseh and Ephraim.
Right, so who was sick there? Jacob.
And
Jacob was sick, and he took Joseph took his 2 sons, Manasseh and Ephraim, to Jacob. That's some that yeah, go ahead, verse 2.
Verse 2. And the one told Jacob, and said, Behold, thy son Joseph cometh unto thee. And Israel strengthened himself, and sat upon the bed. And Jacob said unto Joseph, Most High Almighty appeared unto me at Luz, in the land of Canaan, and blessed me. Right. And said unto me, Behold, I will make thee fruitful and multiply thee, and I will make thee a multitude of people, and I will give this land to the seed after thee for an everlasting possession. Right. Verse 5, and now thy two sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, which are born unto thee in the land of Egypt, before I came unto thee in Egypt, are mine.
Right. So right there when he said they are his own, he accepted them as his. Jacob, he accepted them as his children. So Joseph died out, but it had those other two tribes here still. It was Joseph and Dan. They must be tribes that right. So right. So as I now reading this here, the scripture now come to mind now in Dan, where I was confused about. Give me Deuteronomy 33 and 22. Remember when you're talking about Bashan, right. Bashan is Dan.
Okay.
Right. So Deuteronomy 33 and 22 will explain. Right.
So like I said, if I'm not mistaken, I'm trying to remember, but Bashan is the land is next part where they dwell basically. So like Dan is like Bashan is run by Dan and Dan lock Bashan. So the skill like we talking today. Yes, like Bashan, you know what I mean? It's like Dan and them dwell there. Them lock that. So Bashan is like a next word for Dan. Like if I was saying, if somebody just calling me Ari Maman, you know, you see what like Maman. So like Bashan is like similar way.
Yeah. So whole that scripture, let's say, and the next one in Deuteronomy, it was 3 and 13. So Deuteronomy 3 and 13, then Deuteronomy 33 and 22. Yeah, I'm talking.
Like I said, for sure, right? So my question is this. I clap for it. Right? So Joseph died basically, and then there's a prophecy that Ephraim and Manasseh will be Jacob only didn't do it because I take them out as my sons now because when my son basically died, so they might care now. So I put them up, you know what I mean, as an inheritance, and this is what happened with all that later on. This is like a whole prophecy, prophesying that this is what our pronounce call it. But by the spirit of the Most High, so it's like that coming to him or it's like other places that like all the like they put it in like this is something you see from before, like an angel tell them like how it usually go about, or is this something that God inspired them one time to say, like let's say for the rest of the tribes?
Yeah, I feeling something that the Lord had inspired him because remember Joseph was still alive,
right?
But he accepted his sons,
right?
And he didn't know Joseph was going on dead.
Okay.
But how he accepted his sons, he said they are mine.
Right.
So like he children now.
Right.
So therefore you come like if it had what?
12 sons.
Well, Joseph was still alive, so you come like if it had what? 13 or 14.
Okay. Right.
Trials, but then Joseph died out, and then then Dan he absorbed, so you come like with the same 12 tribes.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah. Right, so that is the scripture, verse 5. We said they are mine, Jacob saying that. Right, so let me get you understand this Dan and Bashan here. Give me 1 and 13 first. Deuteronomy 3 and 13.
Deuteronomy chapter 3 and verse 13. And the rest of Gilead and Bashan be in the kingdom of Og. Give I unto the half tribe of Manasseh all the region of Argob, with all Bashan, which was called the land of giants.
Right, so all of Bashan gave I unto Manasseh. Manasseh is who? What tribe is Manasseh? Cuba. All right, so all of Bashan gave eye unto Manasseh. So let me hear Deuteronomy 33 and 22. Deuteronomy 33 and 22.
Deuteronomy chapter 33 and verse 22. And all of Dan, he said, Dan is a lion's whelp. He shall leap from Bashan.
All right, so Dan is a lion's whelp. He shall leap from Bashan. All right, so as you read before, all of Bashan he gave to Manasseh. All of Bashan he gave to Manasseh. Right? Dan shall leap, Dan is a lion's whelp. He shall leap from Bashan. So if he shall leap from Bashan, where is Dan? Dan is in Bashan. Who controls Bashan? Cuba, Manasseh. So you can't see Dan, right? He is in Bashan, and who controls Bashan? Manasseh, right? Which is the Cubans, right? So Dan is absorbed into specifically Manasseh, which is the Cubans, right? That is the precepts to know that. Right? With Dan is he is absorbed into Cubans, the Manasseh, right? So yeah, give me
So I guess
mm-hmm.
there's something what Brother was coming back with, right? When coming to Joseph, right? And it has something earlier in the scripture where they're saying that I think Jacob was saying that the Mosai already blessed him or something, so that oh, he was in Egypt or something with Egypt. I remember thing like saying, "No, you already get blessed already from the Mosai."
I can't remember the scripture where it is. Okay, yeah, what you was trying to say, if he get blessed on the Mosai, what you trying to get? What you trying to get, sure. What you trying to get?
No, he already he already get blessing from the Mosai itself.
Jacob? Yeah.
So the whole thing when coming back to the brothers, there's something that he had was like he had was he had already getting blessings, and then after now the think something to do with Egypt, that he had was to be staying in Egypt or something too. Something
Who, Joseph?
Joseph.
Yeah, when Joseph had I believe he had gotten kidnapped and he went into Egypt. That's how he had ended up in Egypt. I think his brothers and him tried to kill him, put him in a ditch, or they sell him or something. So,
right, yeah,
right, and then went into Egypt, right, and he made Egypt this great nation how it is. When nobody couldn't read the dreams, the Pharaoh say, right. When he could read the Pharaoh dreams, the Pharaoh made him second to him. And he made Egypt how it is today. Joseph.
So I think it has something with Jacob when you're saying how I'm not sure, I can't remember, I'm not so sure, but you're saying how the Mosai already you're telling like Joseph, the Mosai already blessed your hands already or something. So
I got to read scripture. I can't recall right now. I got to read scripture. But what you was trying to get at when you was saying if the Lord had blessed him, there is
something to do with the Mosai blessing him and Jacob seeing it. Jacob itself was seeing it itself too. Besides with the when coming back to the creating of the 12 the like coming to the 12 tribes, something so you are saying Mosai already blessed your hand already. So you're like you're telling Joseph that
Well, yeah, I mean, the Lord bless all of Jacob's children. Right? Yeah, that is true. The Lord bless Jacob, bless all of his children. Right? But to get the actual scripture and when you're talking about, I gotta read it and see what is I talking about. Right? But you're trying to say that in terms of what? To say just what? He got blessed? Or so was something else you're trying to get?
Yeah, he did get
That was it. You were just trying to show how we get blessed.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What is this? All right, 22. Let's see, Genesis 49. Get Genesis 49 and 21. Genesis 49.
Okay, read.
Yeah, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Genesis chapter 49 and verse 21. And Naphtali is a hind let loose. Salakia. Naphtali is a hind let loose. He giveth goodly words.
All right. He gave a goodly word. So Naphtali, that is way. Naphtali is way. So the one Naphtali could be. That is from Argentina to Chile. Right. So he's a hind let loose. Right. Meaning he's extremely athletic. Like who? The famous football star that died the other day, Maradona. You know, he's like an extreme athlete. Maradona, and who's known for being polite and also courteous, Maradona. And I was speaking about it. Right? All them people down there go be fast and speed. The tribe of Naphtali. I believe Messi's a white man. I believe Messi's a white man, right? But Messi really, he has no talent as Maradona. Right? If you watch the two of them, Messi really has no talent as Maradona. And who knows, Messi, but we used to watch how Maradona used to play and try to be like him. And just like him, just watch rappers rapping and try to be like them.
Okay, the one so when they go and do the research message some Down syndrome or someone and they work at him and
It was a Down syndrome.
And bring him up.
Yeah, I know he had he was sick with something. I know what he was, but I know he was sick with something and there was but I started taking him in and sent the doctor and it. Yeah, I'm Tazo.
His father is a oppressor, but his mother is Argentine. His mother from here. But is Argentine like what it tribes or?
I believe so, yeah. But I believe he's a white man. His father, yeah, is an oppressor. I'm looking up just to be sure. Right, let me see. 22, yeah, I'm 22.
Book of Genesis chapter 49 and verse 22. Joseph is a fruitful bow, even a fruitful bow by the well, whose branches run over the wall.
Right, so Joseph, right, meaning what? When I say Joseph, what I mean? Ephraim, Manasseh, right? Or yeah, Ephraim, Manasseh. Let's say Ephraim, right? So Ephraim is the what? The Puerto Ricans, right? That is the Puerto Ricans, Ephraim. So meaning she gets pregnant easy, fruitful dough that goes over the wall. That's talking about Okay, whose branches run over the wall. Right, so when I say over the wall, I'm talking about the lighter complexion, and because of that, there's a wall that separates the 12 tribes because of complexion. Ephraim is able to look like how the oppressor with ease. Yeah, he's able to look like the oppressor easy. So there's always this wall that with Ephraim, today you watch every time. There's always called Captain what is his name? Captain Cactazai. There's always he's a white man. Why had this white man in the camp? But he's Ephraim. And as captain, the same captain brought out the other day that slaves alone just fight off a skin complexion. It's a light skin people over there in Africa, Ethiopia, and dark skin people in Ethiopia, and none of them just fight over skin complexion. But we, because we slaves, we just fight over skin complexion. And when them in Ethiopia, they know that you are what your father is. So them ain't complaining. You understand? So now Esau, now Ephraim, now he able to go over the wall, with ease, right? And the rest of us can't because we don't really look like Esau. That is what's going on. So people who you can look at the people who are sing music, J-Lo, all of them. With ease, they get treated ease. They might have some artists now want to bleach their skin to look like the so-called white man. You understand? All right. This was to get you ones in Deuteronomy. You give me Deuteronomy 33 and 6. Deuteronomy 33 and 6.
Of Deuteronomy chapter 33 and verse 6. Let Reuben live and not die, and let not his men be few.
Right, and let not his men be few. Right, so Reuben now, he must live, and you got plenty soldiers with him, plenty men with him. He gonna die out. Seminole and Indians and them. He gonna die. There's plenty, right? And he must live. Verse 7. Let me hear verse 7.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 33 and verse 7. And this is the blessing of Judah. And he said, Hear, Lord, the voice of Judah, and bring him unto his people. Let his hands be sufficient for him, and be thou an help to him from his enemies.
Right, so this is Judah's blessing, that the Lord will hear him. Judah, he has the ability to express himself accurately out of all of the 12 tribes. Right, Judah had this ability to just express himself accurately, right, out of all the other tribes. Judah, right, through his music, through his poet, what the Chappelle's do, what is that just called? Comedy. Judah had that one who does express himself accurately, art. When he expresses himself, everyone will be able to be like, yeah, well, I understand what that man's saying, but yeah. The way it makes sense. Everybody can understand. Right? Okay, so yeah. Who was that? Okay, right, so bring him onto his people. Right, so his people, meaning he will be loved by his brethren. Bring him onto his people, meaning he will be loved by his brethren. Right, I was speaking about his. Right, let his hands be sufficient for him. So his hands meaning Judah can hustle and survive. Judah know to hustle and survive. Perfect example, look at Power, the ghost. We know to hustle. His son Tariq know to hustle and survive. Right? I was speaking about, and the Lord will be there with him because his enemies, is always at the neck of him. The Lord will always be there with him, even though his enemies is always at the neck of Judah. And again, Judah is the so-called Negroes of America. Where is it now? It's 8. Right? No, let's see it. Okay, give me Genesis 49 and 11. Genesis 49 and 11.
Genesis chapter 49 and verse 11. Binding his foal unto the vine, and his ass's coat unto the choice vine. He washed his garments in wine, and his clothes in the blood of grapes.
All right, so the vine is the grapes, and his ass's coat is what? The how to say it? The choicest vine, meaning like alcohol. The ass's coat is like talking about alcohol. All right, so he's going to tie his donkey to the what? Go ahead, Tazo.
If I'm mistaken, I think watching of mine, one breakdown was like they go in the cow and them was standing them, you see the cow and them going and saddle the horse by the back. The same way.
Right. So he go and tie his donkey to some barn somewhere, and he go and drink no ordinary wine. And he go and drink best. Right? He's going to choose the wine and go and drink the best. Just like how Christ, had the best goal. Okay. That is what he's speaking about. Okay. Long time, verse 13. Yeah, we're on verse 13. That's in Deuteronomy. It's 13. Where was it now? Genesis. Yeah, on verse 13.
Book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 13. Zebulun shall dwell at the haven of the sea, and he shall be for an haven of ships, and his border shall be unto Zidon.
All right, so Zebulun. That is what? What tribe is that? Zebulun. Right, from Guatemala to Panama. So, okay. Shall dwell at the haven of the sea, right? And he shall be a haven of ships. So they're talking about the Panama Canal. Right, they were talking about the Panama Canal. Right, Zebulun talking about from Guatemala to Panama. shipping ports, right? A shipping ports haven, meaning safety, and the Panama Canal, right?
So, I guess,
Go ahead.
Right? So, explain the safety part now. When I explain it to somebody, breaking it down, you're saying, okay, they will have a lot of economic trade passing through where they live, basically. That would be the safety one like that, or is that also talking about safety from weather, safety from military raids and that kind of thing, you know? But for the most part, because you know all these jobs right now, but you want to find.
Yeah, safety from the shipment or moving car. I think before the Panama Canal, it used to take some months. Okay, it had to make the whole not wrong, but when they cut it through, you know, it cut down less time.
Okay.
You understand? But past making the whole block, you know what could happen? You might have a disaster, a natural disaster, and you might overflow. But this safety, or the build a Panama Canal, it's no problems. Right? So it's a safe haven.
All right.
Right?
So is all of them in one, or is the safety we're talking about the safety for doing trade, basically?
For doing the trade.
All right. So I guess it's like all that fun right now, everybody is go around them places to go and shop. And they for the most part they get like a lot of items cheap now. A lot of trade going on there. That is one example of the pull out. A lot of people just go to this place now, they call it they have two places. One is Panama for sure, and the next one is this in Venezuela. That one name supplement name I think it is. Not of more. Everybody go shop. They go shop and get clothes and get cheaper and
Margarita.
Yeah, but yes, the safety talking about the ships. All right. Let's talk about. Right. Okay, let's talk. I guess there one more. I.S.U.P.K. Yeah. Let me 14. Genesis 49 and 14.
Book of Genesis, chapter 49 and verse 14. I.S.U.P.K is a strong ass crouching down between two burdens.
Right? I.S.U.P.K is who? I.S.U.P.K is the Mexicans and them. Right? So the Mexican will be a strong worker, just like, right, you know, like a strong donkey. The Mexicans and them will be like a strong worker, right? Crouching on between two burdens, right? Go ahead.
And he saw that the rest was good, and the land that it was pleasant.
Right, rest was good, meaning the Mexicans has something called siesta. No, it's not siesta. Some siesta or siesta. So, yeah, go ahead, Tazo.
Yes, sir. I think that's it. Siesta.
Siesta.
Yeah.
I think that's it. That is something like for sleep. You know, after lunch, they just go and they just have a sleep.
Okay.
Right, they just call it the siesta. Right, so they saw that the rest was good. Go ahead.
And bowed his shoulder to bear, and became a servant unto tribute.
And became a servant unto tribute. So they saw that rest was good. They call it siesta. You know, in Mexico, after they had they're working hard, you know, they would take an hour break, call it siesta, because they know that rest was good. You know, and you know the white man again, you know, he trying to do away with the siesta, because you know he could be losing productivity. So you know he bowed, how to say, he bowed his shoulders. You know he ready to do the work. You know, the Mexicans and them bowed their shoulders. You know he ready to do the work. He ready to go on and take on that work. He bowed his shoulders. Right. So now you can pay him to do anything. Right, and that means I know I can I can pay them to do any things that others people do not want to do. Right? So, you bow their shoulders, you're ready to work. You could pay them to do anything, them Mexicans and them. Right? It's shaka. Right? Anything, they're ready. They're ready for the work. Right? Right, so everybody to what about that, right? Anybody have any questions? Anybody have any questions? Anybody any questions? That is it. To what? And with that, let's pass it as well to peace and Sam Tazo.
Anybody pull up the calendar? Security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West 125th Street of New York under command GEN.YAHANNA. New rules of brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are saluted only. They are here to shut themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister is interested in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After the 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is the commandment. You can find this in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 to 10. Means tenth in Hebrew and it's pronounced Ma'ishah. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, you give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest funds, Salakia. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you like to give to Allah, sir. All right. Upcoming Holy Convocation. All right. There's the Feast of Purim. Okay, that'll be on the 14th day, and the 15th day is 2 days, right? On Thursday, February the 25th, and Friday, 26th of February, right? You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 9, verses 20 to 31. Okay? What I guess. Right? Remind Akem, which means brothers, and Aquatem, which means sisters, to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube for ISUPK events and materials. If everybody wants to be a trooper in the school, then it's to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, like shirts, like pants, like headband or scarf, and with that we say marching, which means to stand. Upon your foot, stand with these. All right, so the Lord's Prayer first. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemaya. Ayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Tabaha, Ratazaka, Ayah, Aisha, Baratazak, Bawa, Ayah, Mashemaya, Tananaw, Akam, God, Yawam, Masalakanaw, Kawatnaw, Kasalaknaw, Kawatnaw, Malaha, Tabayainaw, Malasai 1, Abad, Oshino, Ayan, Ra, Aya, Aka, Amalakwa, Wahala, Matapara, Aman.
Right, in English, how we said was our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
All right, it's the blessings. Pray for the blessings. Brakata Yahweh. Ayawashai. Imagala. Walahaya. Matazabia. Alopiana. Alopian. Asranium. Apatazanium. Akialium. Makwatkan. Yahweh. Bashim. Yawashai. Waraman.
Right? In English, what he said was, blessed be Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai, and Michael, and the angels, commanding general, captain, officers, troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you. So be it.
All right, this is your card before. Slakia, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Baruch Hashem, Tananawa, Akak, Rafa, Akal Makala, Akal Manawa, Akak, Atah, Ahmad Zarim, Akak, Lakoyam, Amatia, Akak, Arakawat, Atamaal, Agarashan, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai,
in English, what it said was Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh, please give us the power. The power to heal, all manner of sickness, all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the leper, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, cast them out. In the name of Yahweh, thank you. So be it. This is the I.S.U.P.K curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh, listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, like prophets, the teachers, princes, priests, the Israelite brothers, and the schools, send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the church of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school, force their riches, enter into thy sanctuary, send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nation and their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, area nation, skinheads, fuzzy comatology, gay movement, lesbian movement, spies, because of witchcraft, NASA space program, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet, and the airwaves, cable access channel, and the radio channel, convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way, try to stop us from broadcasting your word throughout the planet. Let's loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth, and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahweh Shai, Michael, Gabriel come down with the flying sword and punish all the heathen that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media, throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh. Thank you all. So be it.
All right, this is the first message there. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Barak Shal, Saparia, Rapa, Magan.
The Shika and Killer, Bastian Kobe, all the brothers and sisters fighting come to the truth, all the brothers and sisters in the truth.
Commander General Yohanna, General, Captain, Officers, Troopers, Sisters, Children, Destroyer of Israel, all 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, I.S.U.P.K worldwide and their families, I.S.U.P.K Trinidad and Tobago and their families, I teach Tazapar, Yapa,
Commanding General YAHANNA. General, Captain, Officers, Troopers, Sisters, Children, all the destroyed of Israel, Yahweh, Shariah, Kittian family, Muslim family, Philip family,
Commanding General YAHANNA. All the generals, all the captains, officers, troopers, all the students, all the sisters, Shamka, Kaya, Para. Commanding General generals, captains, officers, troopers, children, sisters, the destroyer of Israel, Yakab, Mazah, John family, Alexis family. Commanding General, captains, officers, troopers, students, sisters, children. Have mercy upon all the destroyed of Israel. The brothers and sisters fighting to come to the truth. Brothers and sisters in the truth. Next. Commanding General, captains, officers, troopers, sisters, children. All those fighting to come to the truth. All those in the truth. Brothers and sisters in the I.S.U.P.K. Brothers and sisters fighting to come to the truth. Family, Zion, Wesleyan, Daniela, Amelia, Sheila, Mylin, Nema, Khadijah, Chantel, Trisha.
All the brothers and sisters in the I.S.U.P.K. All the brothers and sisters fighting to come into the truth. And mercy on the destroyer of Israel. The Bawa, Alicia, Aliyah, Teresa, Joyce.
Hashem Yahushai,
What he said was, Lord, in the name of Yahushua, bless us, and Israel, and his food. Bless, heal, shield, protect all of us. In the name of Yahushua, thank you. So be it.
Sir, Mr. Turn, when I'm visual, going to give the teacher one for this salute. When I'm visual, I imagine Shabbat, I imagine Rab.
How about Shem Shabbat? Come.
So again, when I'm visually going to give the sisters online after this. When I'm visually, I imagine Shabbat, I imagine Rab. Yahweh Shem Yahushai. God bless.